For ACUsports.com, I'm Grant Boone, talking some Wildcat football here with the head coach, Ken Collums, and graduate student, linebacker Lynn Grady. That got a ring to it, doesn't it? How are classes going? I know you're working on your master's now.
Right now I'm currently in one class, human resource management, and it's different because there's no help really. A teacher just expects a lot of you and gives us a lot of work. So
Kind of like your head coach, right?
Yeah, just like him. Yeah.
Your head coach, who, by the way, when you told him what your master's is in, said, "I have no idea what that even is." We'll get to him in just a second. You've got some development to do with some of these young linebackers. Sam Denmark is now a sophomore. He grew up in a hurry last year, I know, and Travis Tarver got dinged up in the Fresno State game. So you're trying to raise up young Bryson Gates, the sophomore. Talk to me about your linebacking core as we get ready for the home opener Saturday night.
Yeah, we're trying to get Tarver healthy, but Gates did a very good job in Fresno. He did a good job stepping up. He's executing very well. Miles also is taking some reps. He's doing well. Denmark is trying to, he's taking snaps with Burford as well. So we're looking very good. They're young, but one thing they don't lack is passion. They love football, and they're flying around.
You're talking about Miles Salisbury and Gavin Burford there, some of those young pups at linebacker. Tell me your report card. I've talked to Coach Collums about the Fresno State game, but as a player, tell me how you felt like the defense performed against the Bulldogs.
I do feel we played hard. One thing we really didn't do very well was execute. Everybody needs to do the exact thing they're supposed to do on every play. We didn't have that happen too often, so Coach Doolin has been, emphasizing that we all need to do exactly what we need to do. We need to trust in each other, and I do think we need to be more physical. That's one thing. Playing bigger schools, you see the talent and the physicality they bring. And this conference is a very hard conference, so we're going to have to step up. We have to elevate. So.
Coach Collums talks a lot about when you play up, you play a team, let's say FBS. You've played 3 now in the last 2 years. He says, I don't want my guys to overdo it. And you just said something a second ago, is do what you're supposed to do. But how hard is that for a player?
It is hard because, you think you have to do more since the team is better. Yeah. So you got a lot of people who maybe the end thinks he can come inside and make the sack, and then he gives up the boundary, things like that. And, it's really just sticking to the script and trusting your teammates.
Houston Baptist, the last couple of years, we've had good results against them. This is a very young program. They've only been playing football for a couple of years. This is just their second official year. They hit you in the mouth early last season down there in Houston. Had a big 50-plus yard touchdown to the big tight end. What have you seen on film about the Huskies?
They still have the same running backs, so their running backs are very explosive, quick guys. Their O-line is very good at cutting. We've been practicing defending the cut all week, and they have really big receivers. 21 is back. They have a guy who transferred from JUCO. He's a 6'5" guy, so they have very nice size on the edges as well.
All right, let's talk to your head coach. You'd like about 65, 70 of these guys right here?
Yeah, I'll take more. I'll take more of Lynn Grady any day.
Yeah, why?
Just because he's been here and done that, and he's had a few setbacks, in his career, and he's fought through things.
You've moved him around a bunch.
That's exactly right. He's had to endure position changes where, at first he didn't really want to do that, but he bought in. It just gives you a little insight into who he is and his heart. He's a very intelligent guy. And the guy plays hard, and he's a really good player.
Yeah. Houston Baptist, as we said, 69-12, 59-14. You've told me before that how impressed you've been with what Vic Shealy has done down there and trying to build a team from scratch. It's hard enough to build a team when you've got something coming back. And you've been impressed, haven't you, with some of the guys they have in skill position?
Sure. Lynn just told you. He gave you a great rundown, and I expect him to know the other team's offense, and he does. And so they're going to show up with good-looking skill guys. They look like you're supposed to. They're O linemen and D linemen. That's probably the hardest thing when you go up levels and when you're trying to grow a program. That's the hardest thing to find because you need a lot of big people and you need them to be really good. So I'm sure Coach Shealy's going, hey, guys, we got to find big people, and everybody's looking for those guys. And so it is they're getting better every single year. It's obvious on video that they are getting better, and they're in the city of Houston, so it's got a lot of players running around in Houston.
Let's wrap up by talking about your offense. You scored 13 points, 2 touchdowns against Fresno State, the last of which happened on the very last play of the game. Is there a sense of urgency with this offense, having not played its best game against Fresno? Fresno had a lot to do with that, obviously. But also having had 16 days off, is this offense champing at the bit to get back out there?
Well, no, it really there is no added pressure. We didn't score enough points. Whether we won or lost the game against Fresno, offensively we didn't play good enough. We crossed the 50-yard line quite a bit, but we didn't do much else. And some of it was breakdowns, which you can't have. So a lot of it was third down breakdowns, which is that is a killer. But some of it is, you know what? Sometimes on third and short, the defense is going to make a good play. Sometimes they did that. So, we're focusing on just like very similar to what Lynn said. Offensively, you got to do the right thing. You got to trust your training. Don't try to overdo things. Stay within what we do, and play your role, and things will be fine.
Southland Conference opener for 2015 and the home opener at Shotwell Stadium, 6 p.m. kickoff against Houston Baptist. We'll have the pregame show at 5:30 on the ACU Sports Network. For Lynn Grady and for Coach Ken Collums, I'm Grant Boone for ACUSports.com.